Hard mode is ridiculously difficult. You can see the number of modifiers Supercell has added. Defenses hit 20% harder. Heroes on defense do 20% more damage and they have 20% more health. Your own heroes are completely nerfed to the ground, like damage, health, both 10% reduction and an epic equipment cap at level 21, common at level 15. I think that was always the case, but now it's even worse. So yeah, it's really difficult. You have to plan things really well. Despite of all of this, and despite of the fireball being limited to only 5 tiles now at level 21, I have to say Fireball into Rocket Loons has been doing a good job for me on hard mode. And I want to give a disclaimer, I am in no way a pro or anything of the sort. I am a slightly above average player that is able to provide content to you just because I find the game fun. So I will take you guys through some recorded attacks where I managed to get some triples using Fireball, Rocket Loons on some bases, as well as how you can plan to these bases and make those adjustments in your army, your siege machine choice, your CC choice, like all of these smaller details, right? I hope you can appreciate them in the replays I'm about to show you guys. So let's just dive into some attacks. Alright, this is the first base that we're going up against, and off the bat I just want to say that let's start with what you want to pick out for the Fireball. On this one, the clan castle area is very compact, so we'll try to get a fireball to somehow erase the clan castle itself. Remember, fireball is only 5 tiles on hard mode, and I've planned to this. So I only need 2 invisibility spells after I remove this archer tower. So that's like 1, 2, and fireball right there. I think that should be perfect. Clan castle goes down, amazing. We are completely set, and now the warden also has his direction to kind of move. So he is going to he's going to like more or less stay on the right side of this base. We've gotten a good chunk out of the fireball. Remember, no angry jelly. This is something I talked about extensively in my last video, which I released just before this. So do have a look at that if you haven't already. Anyways, looks like on this side we're going to have to start setting the funnel. Okay, looks like there's some Teslas. Okay, good. That should be good enough. I'm just going to start setting the funnel. We'll keep an eye on my warden, ensure he's completely safe. And the reason I selected a log launcher for this particular base is because, well, just look at what's there on the base, right? I want to trigger this core invis tower. We're going to have a bit of a sui dive to approach the town hall itself. So maybe what I'll do is I'll start my king here. Yeah, I think doing something like this should be good. I have to keep an eye on my warden as well. Let's start dropping the skeleton spells to start tanking for everybody. Okay, looks like my warden is about to get targeted. Let's freeze this up so I can preserve my king's health just a bit longer. Okay, looks like my royal champion is going towards that general area to snipe out the enemy minion prince, which is amazing. Log launcher has done its job of triggering the core invisibility tower. So very soon I will be able to, oops, wait, let me just try to help my royal champion. Yeah, very soon. This is what I was gonna say. I can do this now. Look at this. Come on, royal champion, just get that out. Get that entire core out for me. Great, perfect. Literally cannot be any more perfect than that. Wall breaker for the queen to keep moving on through the base. Looks like I'm gonna have to rage up my warden once more as he gets closer to this area. And look guys, I still have all of my rocket loons. So maybe it's not my warden I'm gonna have to rage. I'll probably consider raging up my queen instead. And we've still got like 50 seconds on the board. So this is also something very crazy about this attack. Like the amount of multitasking you have to do is completely ridiculous. So yeah, we've managed to at least get this particular one down. It took a bit of practice and a bit of that base identification. So we're going to slowly pour in the resources to get these last few buildings out of the way. I'm doing it slowly so I don't trigger the mega bomb over there. But I think we should be good to go. It's the last 2 defenses. Phew, okay, there we go. That's the first triple. So yeah, it seems like I rushed through it, but the log launcher in this one was key to getting this base down. I think that's the most important part. So just the 2 things, like identifying the fireball, understanding how many invis spells you're going to need for the fireball is also incredibly important. This is one style of base where fireball works really well. And I also want to give you guys another disclaimer. This attack does not go well on every single base. You need to be able to adapt on the fly, and hard mode usually means you have time to plan anyway. So you'll see this one, no poison spell, and I usually have 4 invis spells in this army. I've only carried 3 this time. We carried an extra skeleton spell for your heroes and an extra freeze as well, just to help ourselves out. And that's how you can sustain yourself up until the end. Especially again, like this siege choice log launcher, it's so unusual, but it's what got us an ability to clearly remove the entire core of the base. I'm backtracking a lot. You can go through this replay again if you like. Let's move on to some more examples. This is the next base I'm considering attacking. I'm just going to give you guys an idea of the plan I'm thinking about, and let's see if it works out. Another siege machine that works really well on these base tiles where the defenses are well spread out, it's a flame flinger. And over here you have rocket loons to snipe out these mortars, kind of just waiting for you very easily. So look at the flame flinger value that you can set up, like ricochet cannon, multi inferno, scatter shot, and then after that as well, your the clan castle troops that you have can come out and still continue on along this flank to help yourself out. So we'll use Yetis for this one because I feel you'll be able to immediately grab this X-bow, and I feel like it's just a better choice anyway. So at least that part is settled. That's the initial part. And what we'll do to allow our flame flinger to move in the direction from the bottom to the right of the base is have a warden walk kind of acting as a funnel for the flame flinger. So a warden walk from this archer tower, I'm guessing, and then a flame flinger to start from the bottom of the base after having sniped the mortars to go right. And I was thinking of fireball on this fire spitter, keep it simple, get the clan castle out. Again, like I'm just trying to go for value near this clan castle. It'll give me this X-bow and only this clan castle and the poison tower, sure. And that's good enough for me. From there on, I need to consider a few things. Once again, remember, I don't have a clan castle to deal with, so I can drop the poison spell for extra protection for my heroes. And on this one, I'm thinking I will join the warden with the king and queen to allow myself to have a little kill squad kind of moving around the base over here. So maybe I'll drop my queen outside over here, and I'll try to push my king and probably eventually my royal champion to use her earthquake to use her seeking shield and spear to clear out this area, whatever I'm highlighting right now. Fire spitter, second poison tower, multi inferno tower on the back end, and the town hall itself. It should be feasible, right? Like there's no clan castle for us to deal with either, and hopefully with the help of the skeleton spells and just overall whatever protection we have in this army, my queen can survive long enough on this flank to keep going the distance. So at least that's what more or less what the plan is, and I'll have rocket launch for this back end over here. Let's just see how it works out. I'm not too sure how it'll go, but you guys will see how it works out. Yeah, I know I said I'd do recorder attacks, but let's try it live. Why not? So we're gonna start off with sniping off everything that I did say I would do. I think I can just immediately start this. There's no reason to wait whatsoever. A quick wizard down on the gold mine to ensure my warden sticks to this area of the base and continues moving left. Yeah, flame flinger, perfectly timed. Alright, looking good. Looking good. I'm just gonna have to be a little careful around now. I'm guessing that ground expo will also lock onto me pretty soon. If not, then nothing like it. We're pretty good. I think we should be well set. Now I'll just wait. This is also one very cool thing I want to like note about this attack. I'm gonna wait for the warden to lock onto this elixir storage before deploying my fireball. Because if he's locking onto defenses themselves, then I'm in a bit of a pickle, right? Like I don't want that to happen. Yeah, he basically, if he locks onto defenses, he walks deeper into the base, and we don't want that to happen. So let me just quickly freeze this and get this out of the way. Now how do I want to do this? I'm guessing something like this. A few more rocket loons as well to help out, and one yeah, that should be good there. Okay, ice column freezes up perfectly, and now I'll also have to drop my royal champion over here. I might have to spare my second I might have to already spare my second freeze. Like, oh my god, my royal champion is getting completely wasted. That's just hard mode for you. I should have used an invis spell instead. So that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. It cannot be helped. It's okay. Looks like my king will start dying out super soon. And no, but then even if my king starts dying out over here, my warden is gonna start following my queen instead. We don't want that to happen. Let me just rage him up and put an earthquake over here. I might be able to still get the town hall regardless. And now, okay, town hall goes down. No! So close. So close. Like, just look at this, guys. Like, even after wasting my royal champion, it gets this close. Are you kidding me? That is nuts. That is crazy. I managed to get this far even after wasting my royal champion. I don't believe it. If I just used an invis spell instead on my royal champion, all those rocket loons I used for a town hall takedown, I could have used to recover this backend area, and my warden itself would have also been alive because the town hall wouldn't have killed my healers and my warden. Oh man, I've lost out on so much of value. Yeah, my royal champion literally immediately died. I'll try to do this if this clanmate of mine gives this again, but in case it doesn't, like, you can see the potential. You just have to plan well, plan according to base. Your spell choices are very important, and make the most of the resources that you have available. If you can get a good Flameflinger on the base, you are almost completely set. Make sure that you can get the Flameflinger to get its maximum value by never disturbing it until the Flameflinger naturally dies out. You are almost guaranteed to triple provided you use your resources well. Unlike what I did over here. No royal champion, I lost on 13%. It's okay. Let's just see if we can do this itself or another base. Okay, this is the last base I have for you guys. I'm going to take you guys through the plan, the changes I made to the army, and where you can finally see the execution as well. And this base was honestly so difficult to pull off. I couldn't do this live. So this is a recorded replay, and the first weakness I saw on this base. This is amazing for a Flameflinger, this entire bottom area. And I don't even have to deal with this Giga Bomb with my main push of the army. So what better way to deal with it, right? The only problem, I have an X-Bow and Mortar kind of blocking me. And while I would ideally like to get a Fireball on the Town Hall to delete the Clan Castle and the Fire Spitter simultaneously, it is way too ambitious. So just go for a little bit, something a little bit safer, like maybe this Poison Tower. You'll get the Ricochet Cannon, Multi-Inferno Tower, and the Scatter Shot with it. And that's all I really need to set this up. Now, look at my spells. You'll notice I have something different over here. Only 2 Earthquakes in this army, and I have a Recall spell as well in this one. The only reason is because I do something a little funny, and I admit I could have honestly done this with maybe just an extra Earthquake and a Recall spell, but you'll notice that my Royal Champion is using the Electro Boots. So I'm going to do a mini Electro Boots dive over here with my Royal Champion to clear out just this bottom corner to set up a Flameflinger, and you'll see it coming right away right over here on the bottom of the screen. So literally just, I think, 2 invisibilities that I cycle her for. Yeah, she goes right back, and here comes the second invisibility just to get rid of the X-Bow and then the Mortar. And that's it. That's all I really want from her. I just want to set up the Flameflinger, and that's it. Nothing else. So the Flameflinger set, no CC troops pulled out, we are completely safe. Now onto the Warden Walk. I realize I don't have enough invisibility spells over here to get that quick fireball that I want, and you'll notice it kind of like I pay for it in the end. Like if I had one more invisibility spell over here, I could have probably done something really cool. But here we go. We spare a few rocket loons at the start, and I only have 1 invis over here. I had to wait for these 10-15 seconds that I spend over here doing all of this, dealing with the enemy royal champion, this entire mess, right? But hey, at least the funnel is set now, so there's an entire compartment gone, no more scattershot to deal with, and now my warden is well on his way to the top of this base. Now this is where you can move on to the next part of your attack a little bit more easily. It makes obvious sense to combine your entire kill squad into this area the same way we did in the previous attack. It's just so much of damage to push through. So yeah, better to have a good collected amount of force, especially in hard mode. Maybe it's feasible in normal mode, but hard mode is just so difficult. Like look how quickly this is supposed to be my king, guys. Like he went from full to like 10% health and no time, and he's already ready to pop his ability. Ridiculous. Anyways, here comes our recall royal champion, and look at what she's about to do for us. One rage and her rocket spear, and she's gonna wipe out that entire core for us. Sadly, I couldn't use a poison spell on this one. Sadly, I couldn't swag the poison spell, and by swag I mean usually I'm using a fireball to take out the clan castle, but this was not a good option on this particular base, so we had to kind of deal with things in this way, and it's okay. Like, we got rid of the clan castle. Flamefinger has done an amazing job. It's cleared most of the bottom area of this base, and our hero dive is still going strong all the way to this outer ring. So sadly, no more protective spells for me, so we lose our warden, but our queen has all the healers. She has 3 raised up queens just sitting here, and now it's time for our rocket loons as well as our yetis to kind of carry this backend. And so that's all we're doing. We're just kind of slowly sprinkling in everybody. The only real threat that's left is this ricochet cannon. I'm confident that my queen with 3 plus 5 maybe 4 healers on her can out heal this one X-bow. We had barely enough rocket loons to cover up the ricochet cannon with the support of these yetis. And look at this, guys. All defenses down, wall breaks are all in, everything is going perfect, and even these spread out base styles you can conquer. Now, I did mention that if I had one more invisibility somehow at the start, I wouldn't have time failed. But hey, I'm just here as a creator trying to give you ideas on how you can plan your attacks if you really want to use this specific one in your hard mode attacks. So you have to be a little versatile, you have to be creative, you have to figure out those weaknesses, understand which siege machine you want to pick out. I've picked out 3 different ways of doing this attack and how you have to adjust the army as well as the equipments on some of your other heroes to make do to get this attack to work on some bases. So give it your best shot if you really want to stick to this army. But just a last tip I want to leave for you guys: if you're really looking forward to hard mode armies, you cannot stick to just one army. So you need to practice 2 or 3 maybe different variants of armies that are feasible in hard mode. This is just one of them, and I've given you, I believe, at least some basic information to get yourself started and practice in hard mode. Do try it out, give me some feedback if you have in the comments. Don't forget to join our Discord community as well. We have a lot of fun stuff coming out for you guys super soon. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully see you guys there. Until then, I'll take you guys take care. Yeah, peace.